Hey my sugar bears, welcome back to my channel, Bougie AF. It's your host, Nicole. It's where I say stay bougie on them. It's me feeding you feminism for the soul. It's my soul food offering. It's where I apply pressure to issues by being critical and logical. Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get to the commentary where I can guarantee you I will be doing too much because that's just me. And like Sheree said, who's gonna check me, boo?
Y'all don't judge me. We back. And sometimes like some of my videos could be serious and sometimes I'm gonna be goofy and kind of just having fun with it. But like I'm pulling up for Britney Spears. Like I'm there. Like I don't care what nobody thinks. She's a part of my childhood. She's a part of my teenage years. If you don't know me, like I told y'all, I'm bringing you conservative from the suburbs. This was that back then. We can't even front. I don't care what nobody was talking about. Straight out of Louisiana, she was just that girl before Ariana. She was just that girl. She was like the Mariah Carey, just without the voice, but could just really dance really well. I'm not trying to be shady. She was just, but just saying she's not the greatest voice, but it's an okay voice, and we still loved her though. She gave us pop. She was just like she was dancing. She was just like enough edgy. She wasn't like Madonna, who was like in a full blown adult when she came out. So she wasn't like over the top, but she was just like she was like when teenagers got sexy, like our clothes and stuff and dancing. It just became so mainstream, like because there was a point in time like you wouldn't have been able to like come to school and be at the school dances and dance in a certain way. I promise you, by the time Britney Spears was just that girl. Like, it just is what it is. Like, and just to hear like what has happened. Let me tell you something. As much as I sit here and want to do this whole TV personality thing, I know like that shit comes with stuff. And so to see Britney Spears, you gotta shout out the fact like this woman is accomplished, right? Um, you know, she started at Disney. By 14, 15, she was just on our screen, um, dancing. She was a white girl that could really dance. You know what I mean? For them, like we got to keep it 100. She was a white girl that could really dance, and she just touched everybody. Like baby, how was I supposed to know? Like that was a thing. I'm not even trying to be funny. School dances, I forgot. I'm trying to think of the girl who I grew up with. Her name. Marnie used to think she was Brittany, y'all. She would come to school with the whole outfit. But she was doing TikTok at the fucking school dances, y'all. Y'all weren't ready for it. Y'all weren't ready for it. Y'all weren't. Marnie was serious about about some Britney Spears, and I was on the dance floor with her because I loved Britney too. So if you don't know, Brittany did have a mental breakdown years ago, and I wish I would have pulled it up. Let me see if it's here real quick. No, it's not in this little write up, but I'm going to read this too. But Brittany had a mental breakdown. I think it was around the time that she had two kids by, I forgot his name, Kevin. And, at one point in time, they had her own video. It was like early on TMZ. This is when like paparazzi in America just really kind of took off. And they were able to capture her in a convenience store, some type of store, and she had cut off her hair. Like she literally had a severe mental breakdown. And this is not new if you've been following celebrity gossip and stuff like that, because from Eddie Murphy to Richard Pryor to Martin Lawrence to Kanye West. Like it's something that does happen to some of these celebrities. The pressure and all of that. Some of them can't take it. Not a judgment thing. They may not have the right support. It just ends up happening. If you've never reached this level of success, you're not going to be able to even comprehend what possibly could be breaking that person. Which I honestly feel it could be like 10 times 20 times like what you as a regular person may feel. Like they literally at certain points of the height of their success, they are responsible for people getting paid. Like they are a brand that is responsible for other people, so them getting up and being productive, it really matters, like because it's just not about them, right? So that type of pressure could really break anybody. So all right, so this one's hard because, like I said, this has been going on for so long. So then, this write up is not going to give a lot of backstory. But because of her mental breakdown, everything that she's worth, everything, her decision making, her money, and all of that has entered a conservatorship where her father has been in control. With that being said, sometimes money, money will show you the wrong side of people. So like it will bring out demons and things that you didn't know about somebody. Okay, let's be completely sure money is that thing. Like if you want to test somebody, money is it. I don't care. Money is it. And it just seems though like her father was really a part and instrumental of her early success. I think he may have been her manager. He really, pop he was Joe Jackson. He was Joe Jackson for his daughter. He was that manager, papager. And, in the beginning, until her mental breakdown, you didn't really know anything about her father. Like, you just knew her father and the mother were just really instrumental of her being the Britney Spears, right? So you didn't really know anything, but since the mental breakdown, and I can honestly see why. Her father probably was in control because he had always been in control. And, I don't think she really had screaming, loud red flags that her father could possibly just be this money hungry and power hungry. So let me read what they're talking about. So as you can see from the title, Britney Spears alleges her father has been drugging her and forcing her to be on birth control in recent conservatorship hearing. So, because when I tell y'all, he is in charge of everything, like her going to the hospital, her being alone, who's around her, who she can, like, if her boyfriend can come over, how much money she can get access to, any investments, any decisions made with that. Her father will be making that when it comes to her musical career. He's overseeing like every integral part of her career. I would never enter into a conservatorship. I promise you. And just seeing this, it just lets you know you can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody to the bear with everything. Like that's just how it is. All right. Shit, I feel like Kevin, the one everybody thought she had her two sons by. Everybody thought he was just such a bad dude, but he probably would have looked out for more than her fucking father, and that's the crazy part. Shit. Sometimes these people are having these kids live out their own dreams. We got to get into that. Like that really be the thing. I mean, y'all may be young. Y'all may be young, or it doesn't even matter because this was even before my time. Even Emmanuel Lewis, who had to take his parents to court for fucking up his money. We know what Drew Barrymore had to get away from her mom. Like it happened, so it's a real thing. So here we go. If you've been following the heartbreaking saga of Britney Spears, hashtag Britney Spears, efforts to permanently remove her father, Jamie Spears, as her conservator, then you know that she has made very few statements in court regarding the issue, as she preferred to speak through her legal team. But that drastically changed earlier today. Appearing remotely, Britney Spears didn't hold anything back regarding her father's treatment of her in the 13 years. 13 years. I need to say that again in case y'all don't understand. Okay, it don't. Everybody get healed. Everybody heal in their own time. But I think old girl may have been healed a long time ago, staying on her meds and doing what she got to do. But 13 years, that's a long time. That's a long time. So they say here regarding her father's treatment of her in the 13 years, he's been her conservator, and what she revealed is more shocking than her fans could have ever imagined. Shit, this is crazy. Britney Spears personally asked to speak to the judge, Brenda Penny, and explained why she desperately wants her almost 15-year conservatorship under her father terminated. Speaking by phone for almost 20 minutes, she detailed horrific claims of abuse, being forcibly drugged with lithium, and also being made to keep an IUD in place so that she doesn't have any more children. At one point, Britney stated the control he had to hurt his own daughter. He loved it. I worked 7 days a week. It was like sex trafficking. I didn't have a credit card. Cash, or my passport. Speaking about the horrors of being put on lithium against her will, which is a drug commonly used to treat bipolar disorder. Let me tell y'all, I went to school for pharmacy tech, and so like when I hear different drug names, I know what they're for. And he really was trying to dope her up. Like, wow. He really was trying to have her fucked up. And so there probably were times that we would see her and this be like, oh my God. And I believe that. I believe that. Like, just to like, I believe that. He wanted to make sure that it looked worse, that she looked as if though she was in worse condition than she actually is. Actually is. It's another good story. Side note, we're gonna get back to it. This is my style. If you don't like it, keep it the F moving. But you know who has an interesting story that you need to go look up? I know I did. I was on game. Janelle Monáe. I don't know if you guys know her first album. It gives you like a lot of like mental institutional feel. Like she went for a theme that was she was trying to express that her family had her institutionalized, wrongfully had her institutionalized and diagnosed and all this other stuff. Um, and it's a funny thing being black and gifted and being someone who potentially could be in like a family who may not understand what that gift is. And a lot of times within our community, I'm talking black because I'm black, because I'm gonna talk to you, talking to you because I'm black. But being black, when we don't understand something, we do sometimes try to put it in a box and label that box as, not normal, something's wrong, because we haven't been educated and we haven't opened our minds to see people in different ways. And that happens because, sometimes we get caught up in communities where we spend times around the same people who are just like us. And so anytime we encounter people who may be different, sometimes it just automatically that person's crazy, that person's weird, that person has autism, that person's special. Like all these weird labels, people start to try to label people um, because they just have never seen anything like that. All right. So, but yeah, it's very careful. I brought that up because Janelle Monáe, go look into her story. So I always admired her from that, and I really like that first album. It goes here. It's a strong drug. You can go mentally impaired if you stay on it longer than 5 months. Remember, y'all, 15 years. And I promise you, there was times we would see her, and I thought her face had contorted and changed. Like it was just like you've seen it on her face. Now this is a more recent picture, and she seems to be looking physically better. You can tell that whatever has happened it will have long time effects, long term effects, but it just does seem like she's much better and doesn't need 100% conservatorship. Um, Impaired if you stay on it longer than 5 months. I felt drunk. I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad about anything. They had me with 6 different nurses. My family didn't do a goddamn thing. She also detailed her wish to expand her family that has been stopped. I want to be able to get married and have a baby. I was told I couldn't get married. I can't get married. I have an IUD inside. So he won't allow her to go to the doctors and then give the doctors permission because he even now at this point he has rights over her anatomy. Like, and this is a problem. I don't care what nobody say. If she wants it over and you can coherently speak to her for 20 minutes, she is in a good state of mind. She's in good state of mind. She's in great state of mind. Um, Comments, can't lie. This girl's been through some stuff. Hmm. I believe it. She needs to get away from them. And what we got to pay attention to was she said my family did nothing, which means that there's a sister. Forgot her sister's name. Jamie Lee, right? Jamie Lynn or Jamie Lee Spears. And then her mother. So basically, she's acknowledging the fact that people stood by and watched this happen. Free Brittany. You need to get Brit out of there ASAP. I believe her. She's been the meal ticket since she was like 12. Like, yo, if you've been around, you understand. This girl has fed everybody. And there is something to be said. I mean, I just did a video, but there is something to be said. These celebrities, you get so big, you really think you got people around you that love you, and they will love you for what you do for them. And that's just in general across the board. That's just how some people are set up. I can most definitely see how like this for her is just like something she couldn't have never imagined. How can a father be so money hungry to put his greed over his child's well being, baby? You ain't ready for them stories. Birth control. She's a grown woman who has no control over her body. That's a no no. That's not we don't. Whew, I know it's burning my feminist soul. Free Britney. You could tell in those videos that she was on something. See? And it's the first time I read these comments, okay? But I knew it was here, so I knew where to go look. But yeah, you could tell. Like, I literally thought, like, I'm not trying to be funny, and I know I'm not trying to be inappropriate, but you know, when you see children with Down syndromes, and born with like disabilities that you can see in their face, like she literally had morphed into somebody. Like you literally was like, oh my god, is she like what? So yeah, most definitely this comment is on point. Let me see. I believe her. We stand with you, Brit. And like, look at these comments. These are white, black, and like, cause she's that girl. Like, she's that girl. Like, it just is what it is. Like, if you're in my age group, then you know, it just is what it is. I wanted to bring you my thoughts on that. But like I said, all my thoughts expressed here are allegedly. But if you like the commentary, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, y'all know how we do over here. We keep it Black SF. We keep it bougie. We also keep it posh. And I am out.